when you start talking about priority bills ahead of the legislative session, as Mrs. Sullivan may know, does know, it's very, I would imagine it would be very difficult to pick a priority. Senators are only allowed one, to the best of my knowledge, and with the amount of bills that are introduced, that would be a fantastic, difficult chore to be able to single out one thing that you think is the most important. I think the most important issues that are going to be coming up this year will be, of course, health care, with the Affordable Health Care Act and Obamacare, since it's become known in the media, and a lot of the social issues. What about our social programs, our food stamps program, our farm bill program, things like that. As far as the state legislature goes, as far as a priority bill, I would probably have to restrain myself at the moment from choosing one specifically because I haven't had a chance to work with my other senators or work with the other senators to decide what that would be. My main goals, if I do make it to the legislature, would be working on the infrastructure of our small towns, finding a way to adjust or fix our property tax system, and my personal favorite, being involved in the newspaper, and Mrs. Sullivan is involved in the Government Affairs Committee as well, is working with public notices. I feel like the public has a right to know, they have a need to know more, and I would love to see the public be involved more in their small towns and things that are happening in and around them. So those are my three main goals, I guess, and if there would be a bill that would be introduced, or if I would introduce such a bill, those would be the ones I would support.
Senator Sullivan,
Thank you.
What would you consider the most important issues facing the state legislature, and what would your priority bill be next session?
When the legislature convenes in January, we will be starting a new 2-year biennium. And so front and center, the biggest challenge that we will be having will be putting a $7 billion plus budget in place. And that will command a lot of attention, deliberation, and discussion, because it is a very big deal. Obviously, $7 billion is not pocket change. And the appropriations will send their bill to the legislature for discussion, as will the governor. And it's fair to say that it will be a very spirited discussion. As Mr. Curtiss alluded to, a priority bill is we, as senators, are allowed one priority bill. In my 4 years as a state senator, my approach has been to virtually keep a list of concerns and issues that constituents bring to me, and I review those over the course of the year and decide if some of those warrant further attention in terms of possible legislation. So I'll be looking at that. Also, for the past 4 years, I've been on the Education Committee. Education is near and dear to my heart, and it's fair to say that there are some issues, having just finished 4 public hearings that we've had all across the state with respect to education. There are some issues that are bubbling up in that area that I think it's fair to say we'll have some legislation come forward on. But the prioritization of one bill is sort of a moving target, and we go into the session with some definite ideas that we care about. Sometimes a senator's priority bill might not even be their own. So there's a lot of discussion that takes place, and we take that very seriously.
Thank you. Our next question will come from Dusty Scott.